meet Dwayne B.
Alright, well, I'm an acting Dwayne.
Hey,
Hi, Dwayne.
I'm super grateful to be here. I think I'm just going to listen tonight. That'd be fucking crazy. Like, I turned on some soothing meditation music. And something like 3 weeks down the road, I'm going to listen to Wayne on the YouTube channel, and it's like 53 minutes of whales fucking. So like, that was my opener to like make me feel a little less nervous. Like, I don't know why, but like for some reason, speaking at Ripley has been something I've wanted to do since the moment I stepped in this same room. I believe it was fall 2018, maybe spring 2019. And I had just got done eating at the yacht club some of the hottest fucking wings in my life. And I thought I was dying. Lo and behold, the toilet did not know what was coming later during the dance. But I sat back there. This place was packed, man. You could not hear a pin drop, like you couldn't hear a sound. So much conversation and love and energy from the universe just filling these rooms. As before the assembly hall was used for the Clean Time Countdown. And that occurred, and I watched all this love pour from this room. And then I sat here and I listened to George C. share his experience, strength, and hope. And I was in tears in that back corner. And I said, man, I'm gonna fucking do that one day. Like, and lo and behold, the circle has been completed, and I'm standing here in the same spot that George stood, and I'm sharing my experience, strength, and hope, and like I'm shaking. Like I never imagined like something like this would like be fathomable to me. I come from a very broken home, man. There's like a song lyric that says, I've been lost ever since I could walk, looking for my daddy in any one of mama's boyfriends who can talk. And like that really resonated with me because like my dad left at a very young age, before I could remember that he was even active in my life, right? And it's weird, like I start to attribute like my perception of time as a child now as like the same as like a fucking skittish golden retriever, right? Like I have no perception of time. My dad was gone 51 weeks out of the year, and he would show up for that 52nd week and take me to amusement parks, man, and I'd be fucking excited, man. I'm like, Dad fucking loves me! And then he'd be gone for another 51 weeks, right? And it felt like fucking forever, like fucking eternity. But on that 52nd week, all that time disappeared again, man. Like I've learned that over the course of like this new like round of step work, that like perception of time in the eyes of a child is totally different than what I look at it as, man. I look at the arms of a clock dragging on, waiting for the day to be over, while my 2-year-old daughter is sitting there waiting, thinking that like, man, like Dad's been at work for a week. And it's 9:30 in the morning, right? Like, I get the distinct privilege to work from home, to where I get to watch my little child grow up. I get to watch this baby from birth. I've been there. Like, I haven't missed a verse, man, unless I was traveling. Like, this child, so far, and with the constant work of Narcotics Anonymous and continuance of this program, and me practicing the fourth tradition in having a choice every single morning, will never have to see a father in active addiction, right? I don't want to talk too much about the madness, because I'm pretty sure we all knew how to use. I knew how to use poorly. I'm pretty sure if I knew how to use well, I wouldn't fucking be here right now, right? My indictment video was like a how not to sell fucking drugs video, right? Like an instructional fucking layout. Like, don't fucking do this. Right? I was fucking high, man. I would move substances to support my habit. Right? Because by any fucking means necessary, right? Like, even in our recovery, in our using, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna fucking find me some today. No matter what, man. I was homeless, sleeping underneath the Latrobe Street Mission in Parkersburg, West Virginia, in winter of 2017. And the only thing I thought about every single morning was how I was gonna get my next fucking bag of dope. It wasn't about where am I gonna sleep. It's okay, I'm out of the wind. I got a tarp for a fucking blanket, man. How are you going to eat? Oh, they provide meals here at the mission. I mean, I'm not allowed inside, but somebody will bring me something. I wasn't allowed inside because I would fucking steal from everybody. I'm a fucking addict, man. I'm going to get that rush one way or another, man. And whatever I can get out of your pocket is going to feed my habit in one way. I spent a lot of that winter also breaking into my mom's guest house laundry room. This is after she had told me no 1,000 times, said she didn't want me back at the house. I had to clap when I was there, and I left the room. So every time I left the room, just Mom wanted to make sure I wasn't filling my fucking pockets with her shit. Man, I learned really quickly to find spots on my body that would sound about the same, so I can still do it. Right? And that's the thing, man. I utilize my mother's love for me as a weapon, as a ways and means to get more, man. My mother is a cancer patient. Before this stage 4 pancreatic cancer, she had breast cancer in my active addiction. I utilized her care for me for any substance that she could come off of. I would go to her chemotherapy treatments and ask for money afterwards so I can get a bite to eat, quotation marks. See, they don't see that in the audio, so I have to tell them, right? But it's amazing, as I said earlier, that full circle, right? When my mom was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, I was living in Huntington. I was already working for this behavioral health company digitally, and I had this supervisor that lived in Colorado, and he's like, "Hey, let's have a meeting real quick," because I openly stated what I had just found out, and he went through what felt like weeks-long process of allowing me to grieve the loss of my mother with him while she was still alive. So it gave me the opportunity to be of service to her and to be helpful to her and not make it about me, because that's what I'm fucking good at doing. Friend Rob D told me, he's like, "Hey," as soon as I called him and told him, he said, "Okay, well now I need to tell you something. This is happening around you, not to you. Help your fucking mom, man." That shit hit me hard, man. Because I can turn any bit of turmoil that you, I, my children, my mother, a fucking stranger experiences, and I can make it mine to make you feel bad for me to get what I need from you. Right? We become master manipulators in this shit, man. And a lot of the times I lie to myself. I wanted to start off before the joke. I had I knew with long enough time of I knew long enough ago that I was going to be speaking. So I've been sitting trying not to think about what I was going to say. But when you try not to think about what you're going to say, you constantly fucking think about what you're going to say. But I wanted to be I'm an addict named Dwayne. I'm also a narcissist named Dwayne. I'm an abuser named Dwayne. I'm an egomaniac with an inferiority complex named Dwayne. I'm also a father named Dwayne, a son named Dwayne, a brother named Dwayne. I am not limited by a specific word anymore, man. I love it, man. Like, I don't walk down the street towards my mom's house and they're bantering in the background inside the living room when they see me and say, here comes the junkie. Now it's like, bing, hey, we got to take care of some stuff. Can you watch the house for me? Yes, of course. I will take your dogs out. And I won't rob you blind. Like, that is like love for me today. That's an experience of like love, acceptance, and tolerance on a fundamental level that I receive from my family today, is that I'm trusted. Not just with a key that they can change the lock up, but with a code, with their animals that they view as their children, man. Narcotics Anonymous not only gave me a relationship with my baby girl, my 2-year-old, also gave me a relationship with my 15-year-old daughter. For the first 9 years of her life, I chose substances over her. I wasn't active in her life. I showed up just like my dad showed up for me, man. Like, that's like a goal for me in Narcotics Anonymous, is like break these, what I felt are generational curses, man. Like, I want to be able to show up for my children the way my father didn't show up for me. Now I get to do that, but I didn't for the first 9 years of her life. So she was really fucking skittish when I first joined recovery. I was at a treatment facility not affiliated with Narcotics Anonymous, and we were allowed to leave at 4:30 every day, but had to come back at 8, but we still had to go to a meeting, right? So I would leave there and I would go straight. I would walk the 1.18 miles that it took to get to my mom's house from the treatment facility. That's how close I was to home. In treatment, man, that shit's scary too. Walk that 1.18 miles, and I sit down with my daughter until it's time to go to a meeting. I gotta go. Time to go to a meeting. It took about 4 months of doing that, and she's like, well, leave. You do always anyway. You always leave anyway, Dad. That fucking destroyed me. That shit hurt, but I kind of fucking deserved it, right? I mean, let's be honest. Like, my daughter was being fucking real as real could fucking be with me in that moment. She didn't understand what the process of recovery was doing for me, was doing to me, was doing to our family dynamic. Until Christmas time rolled around. It was Christmas Eve, and I'm like, well, I'm just chilling tonight. I'm like, no, Dad, it's time to go to a meeting. I'm like, no, it's Christmas Eve. She's like, so? I want my dad on Christmas morning. It's like, that moment helped me solidify the fact that Narcotics Anonymous was fixing not only me, but it was fixing my family too. When my mother would reach out to me and sit down and talk with me for hours about how to address other family members and how to develop proper boundaries, like asking me, what did I do wrong with you? So I can do it differently with this other person so they don't fucking die. Because Mom was scared of that shit, man. The moment I got indicted, she was my first phone call. I said, Mom, it's $150,000 plus home confinement. I need you to put up the house and let me stay there. I'm glad you're safe. Click. The first time my mother told me no saved my life. It gave me the opportunity to sit somewhere with my thoughts until I went to treatment. Dude, when they tell you certain extremely fast substances don't have a withdrawal symptom, they're fucking lying. In the 3 weeks I spent in the detox wing at North Central Regional Jail, not affiliated with Narcotics Anonymous, would tell you that. I filled out applications for treatment facility after treatment facility after treatment facility after treatment facility. The last one was the one I went to. The last one that I filled out was the first one to say yes. I owe my life to that treatment facility for introducing me to Narcotics Anonymous. I owe my undying loyalty to this program because it gave me an opportunity to be a son, an opportunity to be a father, an opportunity to be a brother, an opportunity to be a fucking friend, man. I worked for that treatment facility for 2.5 years, and now I work for the company that I work for now. My man was talking about it. I went to Oregon for a week, and I got to sit down with Umatilla Indian elders and talk about recovery programs because of this position that I have. And they were sending me that coin. It was one of the coolest things ever. I got to drive down the Oregon Trail, and I didn't get dysentery this time. Tell my age on that one, right? Didn't lose a wagon wheel, nothing. For you younger ones, that's Oregon Trail. After that week, they sent me to Oklahoma, and I got to meet a clean recovery-based motorcycle group at a meeting. Got to hang out with them. Went to all around Oklahoma City to treatment facilities. Then I flew back, and the week after, my little girl was born. And to say beyond blessed from the gifts of recovery is an understatement. And she is approaching 2 years old now. The things that I never got to experience as a father are coming to fruition for me today. Substances took away a lot of experiences, not just for me, but for my daughters, man. And I get to share these experiences with my 15-year-old daughter. If you guys catch me later, I can show you a really cool video of my 2 daughters playing with blocks and my almost 2-year-old counting to 5 for the first time. The surprise and happiness in my 15-year-old's face, man. They're best friends, dude. She comes home from school, Righty. It just jumps on her, and it makes this shit worth it, man. I'm sitting here in Ripley, West Virginia, while my mom is sitting in a hospital in Parkersburg, waiting on some blood. They don't know what's going on. They don't have any answers. But I know if I was there, I wouldn't have any fucking answers either. So I should probably be in a solution during a very stressful time in what's going on in my family dynamic. Because what good am I going to do there? Honestly. I could sit at the house because nobody's allowed fucking back there with her. She said, go, do your thing. Because without this program, I don't know where I'd be. I wouldn't be able to hang out with my mom's whenever I want to. I wouldn't be the first phone call when it comes to taking care of something. I'm happy to be that first phone call for anybody anymore, man. I'm grateful. Whether or not I can do it is a different fucking story, right? Because I'm learning specific boundaries in my life today that take away from my family, man. I have to learn about things to grow, right? So I'm given opportunities to grow by experiencing other people's boundaries, to learn how to strengthen my own. Identifying what's okay for me and what's not okay for me. Sitting here and thinking about how do I keep moving forward, right? It's not what's happening to me, why is this happening to me, oh my God, somebody help. How do I keep moving forward? What's the next fucking step, man? That next fucking step turned into college for me. I have been slowly working towards an associate's degree. My plan is to be the first person in both sides of my family line to have a master's degree in something. And I will continue doing that until I achieve that goal, man. I also, that has shown my 15-year-old daughter, they're like, damn, Dad can go to work full-time, hang out with these kids full-time, go to school full-time, and pass? The fuck is my excuse? I'm talking to you, Riley. I know you're going to listen to this. Man, like, she's grown, man. She's grown. Like, she has stepped up. She has come into her own this year. I have watched this angry child fighting every time she turns around to a responsible, helpful, and responsive young woman. And with that wouldn't have happened without Narcotics Anonymous, I'm going to tell you right now. Because I learned how to effectively communicate with other people through Narcotics Anonymous. I learned how to show love and tolerance and unconditional love and tolerance on a fundamental level to individuals. And I carried that into my personal life, man. Because we learn how to practice these principles in all of our affairs. So I turned it into practicing principles with my family, to practicing principles with my coworkers, to practicing principles with the fucking public in general, man. They tell you the steps teach you how to deal with yourself. And the traditions teach you how to deal with other fucking people. And that rings fucking true, man. It really does. For me, at least. I gotta keep it on me, man. The fourth tradition taught me I completely have a choice today, every single day. Nick taught me that when somebody says using isn't an option, they're fucking lying because it's the first option. I just don't have to choose it. And the relationships I have today have taught me so much. I've learned that the seventh tradition is very prevalent in my life today because that's how I need to build a future for my bloodline, for my children. I learned that every area has a prudent reserve. And it took 4 years in recovery to realize it's a fucking savings account. Oh, you don't fucking touch this money? Like, what do you do with it? Can we go, bet it on black? I mean, that's a really good idea. I've sat back and I've learned that, okay, this is for this, this is for this, this is for this, and I don't blend these items, right? So because of Narcotics Anonymous, I pay my bills on time and on purpose today, right? Because of Narcotics Anonymous, I have a little bit of extra money that I can decide, okay, can we do something cool this week, this pay period, right? Because of Narcotics Anonymous, I can tell my daughter no when she wants something stupid. The first 3 years was really hard in that, man. I could not tell my daughter no for nothing, man. I felt like I owed her the fucking world because I took it away from her for 9. Without Ripley, without NA, without GTO, without Appalachian Foothills, man, those are all areas that have become focal points in my recovery. I do have a home group. It's called Not All There Narcotics Anonymous. We meet on Saturday nights at the corner of George and Charles Street in Parkersburg, West Virginia, because I keep getting the number wrong, so I don't want to say it because you might end up in a fucking trap house down the street. Lo and behold, you might be fucking saving grace for somebody though. I'm here for the NA meeting. Man, I love my life today. I've grown. I've only went for fucking 31 fucking minutes, so I'm gonna keep going. Shit! I mean, what the fuck? This feels like forever! Oh my god! Oh. So, we're gonna share some more fucking stories, right? Oh my gosh, wow. That's crazy. It's different up here. Why didn't you fucking warn me about this? Oh! All right, man, like, I continue to grow. I continue to change, man. I'll share a little bit about what I'm going through with my step work. I'm on a 4-step right now. Not to deter anybody away from Narcotics Anonymous, because like 4 steps become very, very thorough as you grow. This is my 3rd cycle. I'm working it through Jeffy's book. So like I've been on it for a couple of years now. I'm working through the chakra system. On my first chakra is the root, identifying my foundation, right? And like just like my strength, like in my base. I had my first effects, like consequences of using dream, right? So like, I didn't have a using dream. I like, thank the universe, I haven't had a using dream for quite some time now, after losing that desire, man, because that's a promise that's given to us. That's like an addict, any addict, to stop using, lose the desire to use, and find a new way to live, period. And so like, I had a consequence of using dream. So the dream was like me telling my mom that I got high, and her being like really mad at me and telling me to go away. Telling my boss that I used, and losing my job, and losing my security, losing that foundation. So I've lost the foundation of my family, the foundation of my job security, and then I had to call and drop the foundation of like my ego, and call and ask for a bed in a treatment facility. And go to that bed. And I went to the same bed that I went to when I first started my recovery journey in 2018. I laid down in the same bed, and I fell asleep cussing myself, and I woke up in a cold sweat in my bed in my house. Like, what the fuck just happened, man? Then we move on, and then my second chakra deals with like my sex drive. And like let's just skip that one. And we move forward to like my ambition, my 3rd chakra, right? Like man, like I made fucking weird sexual decisions in my life, right? Like let's just go ahead and backpedal and be real and be honest. It's about being brutal. It's about being raw. It's about being real, man. I have a really, really weird problem with my fucking zipper, man. Like, I don't understand it. It just keeps going down. Right? No matter how many times I pull it up, it goes down again. It's odd. I don't fucking get it. But I'm practicing restraint now. I'm learning. Right? Just because a pretty girl says hi to me does not mean she wants to see my fucking BB voices. Right? I've grown to like realize that like through my second chakra, I learned to understand meaningful relationships of intimacy with another woman that had nothing to do with nakedness. Right? I'm gonna say that's a funny one, right? Nakedness. But seriously, learning to have intimate relationships with the opposite sex without having to take my clothes off was very fitting for the second chakra for me. Understanding that not every person I encounter needed to learn about my sex drive, right? That I can practice restraint, that I can say no to not only another individual but to myself, right? But I got clean, not perfect, right? So when I get in a relationship, all bets are fucking off. And I learned over time that what seems like healthy sexual routine to me may not be the case for another individual, man. So I need to learn how to understand and listen to somebody, man. Because that'll hurt people, man. It's our goal in Narcotics Anonymous to not create harm anymore. I spent a lot of time thinking that sex had something to do with love. It did. It doesn't. It can. But that's over time, man. We had to get real with this shit, didn't we? On to the third chakra. My drive, my ambition, man. My goals as a human being to become better and greater and move fucking forward in this life, man. That's why, like, that's what gave me the ambition to go after a college degree, to seek professional development inside of my workplace, inside of my career, to the point where they created a position for me in 2021. And now in 2024, I supervise 5 other individuals doing what I did by myself in 4 other states, plus 32 other states where treatment facilities are associated with us, man. Like, I get to do that, man. I created a position that needed more positions to do the position. And like, man, like I've been given an opportunity to create something and watch it grow and watch it flourish and watch it do things that I never thought possible, to the point where, like, hey, like, we're going to hire in this state soon. We're going to hire in this state soon. What do you think about going here? Like, I've been to Oregon, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Delaware, Rochester, New York, like all fucking Texas. Like, I've been to all of these just because of the career I hold, man. Like, that's some ambition for me. Then it's like, okay, like, how do I continue growing in that? Because everyone around me that I work with in leadership has letters after their name. Like, I need to get a degree. That's the next logical step. So that's my goal right now. I'm working towards getting a degree. That's how my 3rd chakra is in play right now. My drive and ambition is in play right now because I'm working towards a degree. I'm working towards continuing to grow in my career field. I'm working towards enlightenment and discovery and education, man, that, like, at 37 years old, I never thought it was, like, really a thing to do. Never thought, like, oh, let's just go back to fucking college. It's stressful, it's hard, but it's fucking worth it every time they post the president's list and I'm on it. Like, I'll get really fucking excited, like I'd show my mom. They're like, can we, like, print this out, put it on the fucking refrigerator or something? Like, I'm on the 4 fucking quarters in a row. They're gonna hear that. I stopped thinking about that when I'm no longer audio chair, right? Like, if this was, like, last fucking convention and somebody slapped the table, like, this motherfucker just ruined the whole audio recording. Like, oh my God, you want to learn how to practice principles, man. Get in fucking service. I'll promise you that, man. Every time somebody touched the fucking microphone when I was serving as audio chair, I would fucking, like, want to strangle them. Just want to, like, fucking throw something at people. Like, lo and behold, like, that's frowned upon, no matter where you are.
No, she didn't touch it this time.
No.
But man, like, I also learned that I can't control other people. I also learned that I can call people out when they tell me I'm doing the job wrong. Like, when I'm, like, trying to fix a microphone and they're like, hey, I can do it better. I said, well, come fucking do it then, man. We need fucking volunteers, right? Come be on a committee, man. Be grateful to serve and come help me out. I need audio service, please. Man, like, I love that shit about Narcotics Anonymous, because, like, man, like, everybody's got some personalities, and normally when you're in a position of being of assistance and somebody has something to say, it's like, well, dude, if you got a better way to do it, come show me, because I'm here to learn, right? No matter where I'm at, man, I'm here to learn. It's about growth, man. It's about renewal. I'm currently on my 4th chakra, which is the heart, and when I decided to start it, I told my sponsors, like, my goal with this is to move my heart from my sleeve to my center. I'm overly emotional. I'm overly trusting, which sometimes isn't a bad thing, man. But, like, there's certain emotional boundaries that I'm learning how to practice in my life that do not involve my heart being on my sleeve, man. And if I'm to continue to grow towards enlightenment, I have to move that chakra out of balance, right? Like, I have to find some center with it, man. And, like, it's difficult at times, man, because a lot of people have learned to use my love for them as something, man. My daughter's really good at it. Like, she can get me. Like, I see some heads nodding. Like she, like, she sent me a message the other day. Said, Dad, like, I think we really should start spending more time together. I would really like to do that. I'm like, all right, yes, let's do it. And then every time I turn around, she's going to a friend's house right now. I'm like, man, like, how'd you make me fucking feel bad, man? I'm ready to sit here and like cuddle up and watch a fucking movie. Like, let's watch a scary movie and eat some fucking popcorn, right? Like, let's do family stuff. And she's like, hey, I'm gonna go stay at a friend's house. Cool. I'll be here. But like, it's cool because like we get to communicate about that stuff. So I can tell her how I feel too, right? I can tell her how what she's doing affects me, right? And it affects my perception and how I walk in my life. Just like she is open and like trusting enough to share with me about how my actions affect her. We have open, honest, candid communication. If she calls me fucking bro one more time, I might throw it. I'll be totally honest. Has anybody else figured out what the fuck Riz is? No, charisma. I get it now. I get it. I don't fucking get it. But man, like, it's really cool to like experience like the full circle. Like, we keep coming back to that, man. The full circle. Like when I was her age, my parents didn't understand me, right? Oh, you don't get it. I'm fucking man. And like now she's like, you don't get it, Dad. You don't understand. And I'm like, listen, like I've done everything that you're trying to do and more. There just wasn't fucking social media to prove it then, right? Like, I'm sorry, Life 360 is for you. Not me, man. I'm fucking grown, okay? Like, I have to hit her with that constantly. She'll like message me and be like, Dad, why are you here? You're supposed to be on the way home. I'm like, fucking tracking me? Are you like fucking CIA or something? Like, I don't understand. Like, this is like not for you. Like, I have to turn my location off if I want to escape from my daughter for a minute, like because of Life 360. But it's okay. Like she's attentive to my location. She knows what may be good for me, what may be bad for me, and she calls me out on my shit. I need that, especially in my daughter that has like seen the worst of me. She wants to continue to see me growing, and I'm fucking grateful for that. We're on a family plan with it, so like my nieces and nephews see me too. My mom, my stepdad, of course, my brothers and my sisters. So they all see where each other are going and stuff. I haven't put it on my new phone yet because I don't fucking want to. But like I had it on my old phone and I brought it with me, and the moment I got here, it connected to the Wi-Fi so they know where I'm at. But like, man, like I'm so grateful that I don't have to hide where I am today, right? Like I'm so grateful that like the last thing on my mind truly is like whether or not they're gonna be mad when they see my location on their phone. It's like, oh, he's with family. That's exactly what Dwayne's with family. It's okay. We can leave him alone. He's good. What better place for him to be right now? What better place for any of you to be right now? If you're going through something, if you're experiencing something, if you're struggling, if you're winning, if you're fucking losing, if you're indifferent, man, if you're just trying to get to fucking tomorrow, man, what better place for you to be than a meeting of Narcotics Anonymous, man? One thing I love is like when children are here, when children are in any meeting, and you hear like the pitter patter of feet and shit, and like giggling and laughing and screaming. Like I'm trying to like people are sharing. They're like I can't fucking hear a word they're saying because I'm too focused on this little fucking 5-year-old healing, man. Like because that's a beautiful fucking thing, man. Like it's gorgeous to see our children heal in these rooms as well, man. My 15-year-old goes to meetings with me, and she sits beside me. And my man shared with me the way he notices that my daughter looks at me while I share. And like that, I never made those connections, man, about how my daughter looks at me while I share with like the love and compassion and care, man. When I was living down in Huntington, I brought her to home group. It was my goal to make her cry every time I brought her. I say like something really profound and make her tear up and shit behind me and be like, "Ha, gotcha." But now, like, man, she sits beside me and she resonates this energy towards me that I'm comfortable, I'm happy, and I'm okay with sharing even some of the darkest parts of me with her right there. Because who better to call me out on my shit than somebody that lives with me 24/7? Like, I can be honest with you guys in a meeting of Narcotics Anonymous. I know it's not going to leave, right? I can be honest in a meeting of Narcotics Anonymous with my daughter right beside me. I know it's not going to go anywhere but between me and her, and she's going to call me on my shit if she sees me doing what I said I didn't want to fucking do last week, man. She keeps me practicing the program of Narcotics Anonymous outside that hour, man. Outside that hour. Pretty sure it's 167 hours between a 1 hour meeting every week. So like she keeps me honest to those 167 because life happens, man. Sometimes I can only make a meeting once a week. And it's all honesty, man. I got kids, I got school, I got work, I got a fucking sick mom. I would love to make a meeting every single day. I really would. But then like something hits me and it's like, man, like, you know what a 1 hour meeting is? 4% of your day. That's it. 4% of your day is a 1 hour meeting. So if you take into account a half hour fellowship before and after, you're at 8%. Less than 10% of your day can be spent at a meeting, man, to find a solution. And it doesn't matter like if that meeting's like this. It doesn't matter if that meeting's from your cellular device, man. Like, find something and share something, because like for me, that's what I want to continue to put into practice today, is to find more meetings to participate in not only my recovery, but the recovery of other individuals, because that's how I stay alive today. So, Narcotics Anonymous continues to work for me, so I can continue to work for Narcotics Anonymous, man. I owe everything to this program. I owe so much to so many people in this room right now, man. Thank each and every one of you for your support, your love, your acceptance, man. If I hurt your fucking feelings tonight, call your sponsor. Maybe work a step or two. That might help. If something resonated with you, man, don't be shy. I'm here. We'll sit down, we'll talk, we'll shoot the shit, man. And I'll finish it the way I finish almost every single time, man. Nobody told you they love you today? Get some better fucking friends, because I do. Thanks for letting me share.